Jon from Prisma here, and in this video we're going to check out some of the cool new changes to Prisma's data platform coming in version 2.28.0. Now Prisma's data platform is the easiest way to get up and running with a cloud-hosted Prisma app, and these changes make it even easier by allowing you to create a Postgres database with Heroku, choose from one of our template schemas for common types of projects you might want to create, and pre-fill that database with some realistic data to really help you hit the ground running. So the first thing we're going to do is head over to cloud.prisma.io. And now I'm going to click continue with GitHub. And this is going to ask me to sign in with my GitHub account and authorize Prisma's data platform if we haven't done that yet. And then we're going to land on this screen where we can choose to import an existing Prisma project or create a new one. I'm going to create a new project. Now this is pre-filled my GitHub account as Jon Meyers. If your name doesn't exist here, you just need to click add an organization or account and again authorize Prisma's data platform to use your GitHub account. So I'm going to click Jon Meyers here. We now need a project name. Now I'm going to be building a Spotify clone using Prisma. So I'm going to call this Prisma Spotify. And you'll see that's also pre-filled the project URL. So this is the name of the GitHub repository that it's going to create on our behalf. So now I'm going to click Create Project. Okay, cool. That's created our new repo. And now this is the really cool part. This is where we can provision a new database with Heroku alongside creating our project. So if you already have a Postgres database you want to connect to, you can just connect to an existing database and then you can provide the connection string. But in this case, we want to provision a new database. We want a Postgres database with Heroku, and then we just need to give it a name. So again, I'm going to use Prisma.Spotify, and I'm going to hope that that name is available. So now we get the option to define our own schema, or we can pick from one of these templates. So the default template that's been selected is URL shortener. There's also Sass. That could be very useful if you wanted to create an e-commerce platform. But in our case, we want to create a music streaming service. And so you see this gives us a user model, interactions, songs, artists, album, playlists. So all the things that we need to get up and running with our Spotify clone. So now I'm going to click Create Schema. And that's it. We've now created our GitHub repo. So we can go over there and see what's been created for us. You'll see we've got our Prisma folder, and in here we have that demo schema that we were just looking at. We also have a nice little README that's been created for us with a nice entity relationship diagram showing the relationships between our different tables and some extra information there. And now if we head back here, we can have a look at our Heroku database, and you'll see that that's available. It's just been created. We have 259 records so far. And we're using 8.6 megabytes over 8 tables. So that looks right. So now if we wanted to actually inspect our data, if we head back over to the data platform, we can look at this data browser. And here we can select our users, for example, if we want to have a look at all the users that have been generated for us. And now here's this seed data that was generated during that creation step. And I can just add a new record here. So I could add a new record for Jon, and let's say Jon at prisma.com. And then you'll see that has created this record for us. If we click save, it will actually go and write it to the database. And now our Jon record exists. We've got a unique ID that's been created for us, and also some timestamps. The data browser is a super convenient way to be able to create new records, edit existing records, and really just visualize the data that exists in your database. Now, if I'm going to be creating this Spotify clone, I'm going to have to create quite a few songs, artists, albums, and a whole bunch of users. And so I'm probably going to need some help for this. So if I head on over to settings, and once that's loaded, we can come down to the user section and click invite user. Now I'm going to invite Mahmoud to my project because he is a very, very fast typer, and we're going to need to create a lot of records. And now I can select a role for each person that I invite. And so in this case, I'm going to select collaborator because he's going to need to be able to create new records and update existing ones. So I'm going to click add to project. And now the cool thing is if I go back to my data browser, this isn't just Prisma Studio running locally on my machine. This is a hosted version of this instance up in the cloud, which means anyone that I've added as a collaborator can come in here and add new records, edit existing records, delete them, do everything that I can do, and I can see that live, which is really exciting. And that's how easy it is to get a completely hosted database and application up and running on Prisma's data platform. Now we'll have some links in the description so you can get to the documentation as well as some interesting articles around Prisma's data platform. Make sure you check out our YouTube channel for more awesome videos just like this one. And give us a follow on Twitter. That's twitter.com/Prisma. Thanks for watching.